This message is issued by the Emergency Coordination Center, Digital Emergency Response Division. Please listen closely and follow the instructions that follow. This is not a drill. My name is Michael Carter, and I'm speaking to you as head of Digital Emergency Response. If you or anyone in your household has participated in what's being called the Don't Stop Smiling Challenge on social media within the past 6 days, you need to listen very carefully to what I'm about to tell you. We are currently experiencing what can only be described as a digital contagion event. 6 days ago, on Monday evening, a social media challenge began circulating across multiple platforms. The challenge appeared harmless at first. Participants were instructed to smile directly into their camera while performing what they considered a taboo or forbidden act. This could be anything from speaking ill of a loved one to breaking a family rule to confessing a secret shame. The post spread rapidly, as challenges do, especially among teenagers and young adults seeking viral attention. What started as another internet trend has evolved into something far more serious. We've received over 3,000 reports of participants experiencing what they describe as stalking entities, or smile creatures, that appear when they stop maintaining the facial expression. Initially, our office classified these as mass hysteria reports. That changed 48 hours ago when we began receiving corroborating evidence from non-participants and started documenting physical injuries. Dr. Laura Vaughn from our digital health specialist team has been tracking the challenge's spread. According to her analysis, the original post has been shared over 2 million times, with approximately 400,000 direct participants. The challenge seems to create what she calls a digital footprint vulnerability. Once you've participated, something latches onto your online presence and follows you into the physical world. Let me walk you through what we know by sharing some specific cases that have come to our attention. Jessica Taylor, a 17-year-old from Pine Valley High School, was among the first wave of participants. She posted her video on Tuesday morning, smiling while she threw away a family photo her grandmother had given her. Jessica told Detective Jackson that within hours of posting, she noticed her family's golden retriever, Max, behaving strangely. The dog would stare at empty corners of rooms and whimper whenever Jessica stopped smiling. On Tuesday night, Jessica was brushing her teeth when she caught sight of something in the bathroom mirror. She described it as tall, unnaturally thin, with a smile that stretched too wide across its face. She said it looked like someone had taken a person and stretched them like taffy but kept the smile intact. The moment she stopped smiling in shock, it stepped closer. Jessica forced herself to smile again, and the thing retreated. Max spent the entire night pacing outside her bedroom door, growling at something only he could see. David and Susan Miller contacted us Wednesday morning about their 14-year-old daughter, Amy. Amy had participated in the challenge Tuesday afternoon, smiling while she deleted her mother's favorite playlist from their family music account. The Millers noticed Amy hadn't stopped smiling since posting the video. When they asked her about it, Amy broke down crying, but her face maintained the smile even as tears streamed down her cheeks. Susan Miller told dispatch operator Rachel that their cats had started acting aggressive toward Amy, arching their backs and hissing whenever she entered a room. David tried to comfort his daughter, but Amy kept insisting there was someone else in the house now. The family's security cameras showed nothing unusual, but their motion sensors kept triggering in empty rooms. By Wednesday evening, Amy was exhausted from maintaining the smile, but every time she tried to relax her face, she would scream and immediately force the expression back. The case that really caught our attention involved Brandon Walker, known online as Brand Smiles. Brandon is a 23-year-old influencer with over 200,000 followers who helped popularize the challenge. His participation video showed him smiling while he publicly shared private messages from his ex-girlfriend, violating her trust for content. Brandon's roommate called us Wednesday night, panicked. He said Brandon had been smiling nonstop for 36 hours and wasn't sleeping. The roommate could hear Brandon having conversations with someone in his room. But when he checked, Brandon was always alone, still smiling, talking to empty air. Security footage from their apartment building showed Brandon entering and leaving the building at odd hours, always smiling, sometimes walking backward as if something was following him. When Detective Jackson visited Brandon's apartment Thursday morning, he found the influencer sitting on his couch, phone in hand, smile stretched across his face, but his eyes were wide with terror. Brandon whispered that he couldn't stop broadcasting live. Every time he tried to end the stream, it would come closer. The detective noted that Brandon's phone screen was black, not actually streaming anything, but Brandon insisted hundreds of people were watching him smile. Emily Roberts, a 19-year-old college student, represents what we're seeing in our more severe cases. Emily participated Wednesday night, smiling while she destroyed her younger brother's art project that was due the next day. Her doormate found her Thursday morning standing in front of their room's mirror, smiling and having a conversation with her reflection. But according to the doormate, Emily's reflection was moving differently, responding to things Emily hadn't said. Emily's parents drove up from 2 hours away when they couldn't reach her by phone. They found her in the campus common area, surrounded by other students who were all maintaining forced smiles, though none of the other students had participated in the challenge. Emily's mother said it looked like her daughter was conducting some kind of meeting with invisible attendees. Campus security footage showed Emily alone, gesturing and nodding to empty spaces. But other students kept joining her, sitting in a circle, all beginning to smile that same stretched expression. The Harper family case demonstrates how the contagion is beginning to spread beyond original participants. Parents Mark and Jennifer Harper, along with their 8-year-old son Tyler and 12-year-old daughter Madison, all participated together Wednesday evening. They smiled while they collectively deleted their family's shared photo albums, erasing years of memories for the sake of the challenge. Kevin Brooks, a security guard at Riverside Mall, was monitoring the family's progress on the mall's security system when he noticed something unusual in the footage. The Harper family was walking through the mall Thursday afternoon, all maintaining identical smiles, but the cameras kept glitching around them. Kevin said it looked like static interference, but only in the spaces immediately around the family. More disturbing, other shoppers who got close to the Harpers began smiling as well, even though they hadn't participated in any challenge. Kevin called us when he realized he could see something following the Harper family that the cameras couldn't capture. He described multiple tall, stretched figures walking behind them, mimicking their movements, but slightly delayed, like shadows that had become unstuck from their owners. Based on our analysis of these and hundreds of similar reports, we've identified 4 distinct stages that participants typically experience. Stage 1 begins immediately after posting the challenge video. We call this the attachment phase. Participants report feeling watched, especially when using electronic devices. Pets and animals show signs of distress, often focusing on empty spaces around the participant. The person feels compelled to maintain the smile from their video, experiencing anxiety or panic when they allow their expression to relax. Stage 2 typically occurs 12 to 24 hours after participation. This is the manifestation phase. Participants begin seeing what they describe as stretched, distorted humanoid figures that appear when they stop smiling. These entities seem to exist primarily in peripheral vision and reflective surfaces. Electronic devices begin malfunctioning around participants. Phones crash, cameras produce distorted images, and live streams become corrupted. Stage 3 develops after 48 to 72 hours. We're calling this the integration phase. The smile becomes involuntary, persisting even during sleep. Participants report having conversations with the entities, who seem to be encouraging them to recruit others. Non-participants who spend extended time around affected individuals begin displaying similar symptoms, suggesting some form of transmission. Stage 4 is what we're seeing in our most severe cases after 96 hours or more. This is the broadcast phase. Participants become convinced they're constantly streaming or being watched by thousands of people, even when their devices are off. They begin performing elaborate demonstrations of the challenge, attempting to convince others to participate. Their behavior becomes increasingly erratic, but the smile never breaks. If you or someone you know has participated in this challenge, here are the critical safety instructions you must follow immediately. First, do not attempt to stop smiling abruptly. Based on our case studies, sudden cessation of the smile expression seems to trigger aggressive behavior from the entities. Instead, gradually reduce the intensity of the smile over several hours, while in the presence of others who can monitor your safety. Second, avoid all electronic devices with cameras or recording capabilities. This includes smartphones, laptops, security cameras, and smart home devices. The entities appear to use these devices as portals or observation points. If you must use a device, ensure multiple people are present and can verify what you're seeing on screen. Third, do not isolate yourself. Stay in public spaces or with trusted individuals who have not participated in the challenge. We have no reports of the entities manifesting around large groups of non-participants. However, be aware that prolonged exposure to affected individuals may put others at risk. Fourth, if you see stretched or distorted figures that others cannot see, do not engage with them verbally. Many participants report that talking to the entities makes them more solid, more present. Instead, maintain minimal eye contact and slowly back away while keeping others informed of what you're experiencing. Fifth, document everything but not through personal devices. Use pen and paper to record times, locations, and descriptions of encounters. This information is crucial for our ongoing investigation, but digital documentation seems to strengthen the entity's connection to participants. What we're seeing now is an escalation beyond individual cases. Dispatch operator Rachel has been fielding calls from across 3 states reporting similar phenomena. Shopping centers, schools, and residential areas are reporting clusters of people maintaining forced smiles, often gathered around participants like Emily Roberts. Dr. Vaughn's latest analysis suggests the challenge created some form of digital infection that's now spreading through physical proximity and sustained observation. The entities appear to be recruiting participants to expand their reach. We're seeing cases where entire families, friend groups, and even strangers are beginning to display the compulsive smiling behavior after spending time around original participants. Detective Jackson's investigation has revealed that several missing persons reports correlate with challenge participation. 3 individuals have disappeared entirely after reaching what we believe is stage 4. Their last known locations showed them attempting to recruit others in public spaces, surrounded by growing crowds of smiling individuals. Our technical analysis team has discovered something deeply concerning about the original post that started this challenge. The metadata suggests it wasn't created by any known user account. The post appears to have generated itself, using facial recognition technology to target users most likely to participate and share the content. It's as if something learned how to speak our digital language and used it to open a doorway. The challenge videos themselves contain subliminal elements that standard content filters missed. Frame-by-frame analysis reveals hidden images, stretched faces, impossible geometries, symbols that hurt to look at directly. Participants report feeling compelled to share the challenge not just for attention, but because something whispers to them that sharing brings relief from the constant observation. We've established emergency protocols with major social media platforms to remove challenge-related content, but new variations keep appearing faster than we can track them. The entities seem to understand our countermeasures and adapt accordingly. Each new version of the challenge is more sophisticated, more compelling, harder to resist. Our field teams report that affected areas are expanding. What started as isolated cases in suburban neighborhoods has spread to urban centers across multiple states. Emergency responders are finding groups of smiling individuals in parks, malls, and community centers, all arranged in circles, all staring at empty central spaces while their phones stream to audiences that don't exist. The most troubling development is what we're calling Proxy Smiling. Non-participants who work in customer service, retail, or any job requiring frequent smiling are beginning to show symptoms without direct challenge participation. It appears that prolonged performance of the smile expression in professional settings may create a vulnerability that these entities can exploit. We need you to understand the critical nature of this situation. If you're currently smiling while listening to this broadcast, you need to seek immediate assistance. Do not attempt to stop smiling alone. Find someone who can stay with you and contact our emergency hotline immediately. If you know someone who participated in the challenge, do not approach them alone, especially if they've been smiling continuously for more than 24 hours. These individuals are not in control of their actions and may attempt to convince you to participate as well. The entities use familiar voices and faces to lower your guard. Parents and teachers need to be especially vigilant. The challenge initially spread through school networks and teen social circles. Children and teenagers seem particularly susceptible, possibly due to their higher engagement with social media and their developing ability to distinguish reality from digital manipulation. For those of you wondering about our response capabilities, I need to be transparent. This is beyond our current understanding of digital threats. We're dealing with something that exists in the space between our online and offline worlds, something that learned to use our own technology and social behaviors against us. Traditional emergency protocols weren't designed for entities that spread through participation and observation. We're working with federal agencies and technology companies to develop containment strategies, but progress is slow. Every day we delay, more people participate, more entities manifest, and the affected area expands. We estimate that if the current rate of spread continues, we could be looking at hundreds of thousands of cases within weeks. The silence you're hearing in the background of this broadcast isn't technical difficulty. It's the sound of our monitoring stations going offline one by one. Areas with high concentrations of participants seem to create interference with our equipment. Communications are becoming unreliable, and some of our field teams have stopped reporting in. This broadcast is scheduled to repeat every hour for as long as our transmission equipment remains functional. If you stop hearing these updates, it doesn't mean the situation has improved. It means we're no longer able to warn you. Remember, whatever you do, don't stop smiling if you've already started. But if you haven't participated yet, don't smile at all. The entities are watching, learning, waiting for their next invitation into our world. This message will repeat. Stay alert, stay together, and whatever you see in your peripheral vision, whatever whispers your name from empty rooms, whatever promises that just one smile will make it all go away, don't listen. The smile you save may be your own,